Hey guys, I'm Damesies. Welcome to the Omnic recap. It is kind of crazy that I can say that now, but the release of Overwatch 2 is less than a month away. An exciting time indeed. But that also means that Overwatch 1 is going to its final weeks. After more than 6 years, we'll be saying goodbye to an old friend and welcome a definitely different, but somewhat familiar friend. Yeah, but seriously, it is a different game, okay? And it is going to be weird to see some things that we consider a part of our Overwatch experience disappear. Because not every feature is making it into the next game. Some things will evolve, others will get a bit of a makeover. But there are some things, some features that they're just going to remove. In this video, I want to take a look at 10 of those things that they're going to remove between Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. And explain why I will miss them, or why I won't miss them at all. Let's get started. Now the first one might sound as a really obvious one, but I still have to explain this every single week. When Overwatch 2 releases on October 4th, Overwatch 1 will stop to exist. They're going to close down the servers. Now do not worry, you'll get to keep your account, including the history and all of your cosmetics, and you'll be using that account to log into Overwatch 2, but there won't be two separate games next to each other. Why? Well, I've touched on this in previous videos, and I'm actually going to make a video about the whole topic, but the bottom line is, it's too expensive. In any case, now that we cleared that out, let's move on to point number 2. We will no longer have 6-player teams. There will be 5 players in every team, at least in quick play and competitive. They might add an arcade mode that allows you to play with 6 people or allow you to make a custom game, but to be honest, I don't think it's going to be the same. See, all the heroes are going to be balanced around the 5-man groups. Tanks are now brawlers. There's new passives, there's so much that changed. I don't even think that making a 6v6 game would be fun at this point. Personally, I find 5v5 more enjoyable. It's faster, there's clear-cut battles, there's no more double shield, but I do realize not everybody shares my opinion. And there's even things that I'll miss about 6v6. I am a tank and support player, and some of my favorite games in these last 6 years have been the instances where I jump into the queue and I end up with a team that just clicks, where everybody works together and where you feel like you can count on your teammates. You have their backs and they have yours. It's rare, but it happens. And especially when you're playing tank, that synergy between a Reinhardt main and a Zarya main, it's unique. At some point, it almost becomes like a dance performance. One where a huge German man shouts catchphrases while a Russian woman curses and throws bubbles at him. It's beautiful. So let's make that the number 3 thing that is going away. Good tank synergy. Now while we're talking about tanks, number 4 is Doomfist. Now he is not going away, he's swapping roles. He's becoming a tank. And that is something not everybody's happy with. I personally don't play Doomfist, so my opinion doesn't matter. But I do find it funny that Doomfist ended up in the tank category. Back when he was released, or announced at least, we were all so shocked that he wasn't a tank and now he was a DPS. Some people were really upset, angry even. And it might be the same people that are upset now. Now there is still a possibility that characters like Mei and Symmetra might swap roles, but up till now we have not gotten any confirmation. Moving on to number 5. Competitive 1.0. The whole competitive mode is getting a rework for Overwatch 2, and they're going to name it Competitive 2.0. Smart. Now we can't really say if that competitive 2.0 is going to be good or not. We haven't tried it, but people are already complaining about it. One thing specifically is that we won't see an MMR reset. Look, I think we all would enjoy starting anew, from scratch, because we all learned a lot in these last few years. But Blizzard is not planning on doing so because they fear that that would throw the game into some kind of weird state where everything would be unbalanced for months, which I can understand. But let's just move past that complaint for now. We don't know yet. One thing we do know is that playing competitive will not be the same in Overwatch 2 as it was in Overwatch 1. And I don't want to be celebrating too soon, but I think it's going to be a better experience overall. But let's wait till we know for sure in a few weeks. Now number 6 is a big one. The whole 2CP or assault mode is going away, including the maps. Now let me clarify, that is for quick play and competitive. You might still be able to play it in custom games, and who knows, one day we'll get an arcade mode. Now about the whole game mode, the thing I'm going to miss the most are those maps. I wasn't that big a fan of Horizon. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't a fan. Paris, I didn't mind. It was a beautiful map, but I've always enjoyed Volskaya, and I really like Hanamura. But I love Temple of Anubis. It's one of my favorite maps. The whole setting, the theme, the atmosphere. It's a beautiful map, and I'm going to miss it. The reason that they're removing these maps is because the mode was somewhat broken, and there were a lot of people complaining. I think it all kind of depended on the map and the team you were playing with, but in the end it was enough for them to decide to just scrap the whole thing. I really hope they find a way to bring these maps back. In a different mode, I don't know, but I love these settings. The next feature that is getting axed are levels, and by extension level borders. levels. Now, I'm going to miss levels a tiny bit. I mean, I worked for that. But Blizzard confirmed that there will be a number that represents your levels in Overwatch 1 on your profile in Overwatch 2. Kinda like a relic or an artifact of sorts. Just a number. What I'm not going to miss are those borders. I didn't mind the borders as a look, but just as a metric, they were up. You needed a legend to figure out what level you were. And it turns out that these levels also had a bit of a toxic effect. That was definitely something they did not expect when they kind of introduced it at release. But hey, some parts of our lovely community managed to make everything toxic. Number 8 is somewhat connected to levels. It is endorsement levels. See? Levels? Told ya. Endorsement levels is a feature that they added in Overwatch 1. It was an attempt to reward good behavior, and it allowed players to upvote certain useful teammates. A noble idea, but I always felt like the execution kind of failed. Which is okay, I mean, this is new territory. The thing is that the reward or the punishment, kind of depends on how you look at it, didn't really work. It wasn't substantial enough. They also made the claim that you would only be grouped up with people of the same endorsement level, and that never worked. And there was this thing that it didn't allow you to vote on people that were in your friends list, clearly to avoid abuse, but I think there were better ways of fixing that. And for now, it seems that that system is not moving along to Overwatch 2. It might still happen, because there's another feature that originally was not going to make it into Overwatch 2, and turns out it might. For that reason, I'm going to claim it as number 9, and it is the on-fire meter. If you contributed to your team by killing people, by staying on the payload, your on-fire meter would go up, or it still goes up. And once you fill that meter, your portrait lights up with blue flames. It's quite impressive. It basically tells everybody in the game that you're on a roll. Now, if you kept that up long enough, you could even get an MVP card. Oh, and by the way, those cards, yeah, they're going away too. Well, most likely. Including the voting system. All gone. Now, all of this was kind of a fun way to reward your teammates for their contribution. It is the proverbial pat on the back, but again, it became a focus and it often resulted in toxic discussions. So it had to go. Now, that being said, during a Q&A, the team actually said that they would look into a way of bringing the on-fire meter back in the new scoreboard. In a different way, of course. We'll see if that is going to make it in by release. Alright, we're at the last one. And it's a big one. But its replacement might even be bigger. The seasonal events. Now, to be fair, the seasonal events as we knew in the past have been gone for a while, since the start of the year. In January we got this kind of Lunar New Year light, and after that all of the events were replaced by the remix events. But for the sake of this video, let's ignore that. Now in the previous years we've gotten events for Lunar New Year, the Archives event, the Anniversary event, the Summer Games, Halloween Terror, and Winter Wonderland. Each of these events had brawls and the appropriate cosmetics. Now currently we do not know what is going to happen to these events in Overwatch 2. I made a whole video on the topic a few weeks ago, so go check it out. I'll leave a link below. Now the most likely outcome is that these old events are going to disappear, and in due time they will be replaced in new and better events in which they use their new tools to make it into better experiences. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. And that's about it. Which of these 10 features are you going to miss the most? And which other feature did I miss and is also going to be removed in Overwatch 2? Let me know in the comments. For now, however, that was it. Thank you very much for watching. See you during my streams on twitch.tv/DamesysTV or in my next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.